Hey, hello to Mrs. Menard's second grade class. We're here on the Pika Glacier in Denali National Park.
Perfect.
Welcome back to another episode of Chris and Lauren cruising around in a van. Since our last video, we drove through the Yukon and finally made it to Alaska. When we first arrived, it was snowing heavily, which made for occasional treacherous road conditions. It was an abnormally deep snowpack, even for this far north. Even the wildlife had a hard time just trudging through the snow. Frequently, we saw wildlife in the road, like these caribou, who really didn't want to run in the deep snow or behind the van. Others seemed well adapted to the deep snow, such as ptarmigan with their white coats. We decided these doll sheep were the smartest, hanging out on the sun-baked slopes. As we continued to push north into the tundra, sunsets became long and drawn out, and we were fortunate enough to see northern lights.
Eventually, after days of driving, we arrived at our first destination, Thompson Pass, just outside of Valdez, where we spent 2 weeks at a backcountry snowboarding and skiing festival known as Tailgate Alaska. At Tailgate, the theme may be backcountry skiing and snowboarding, but there are plenty of extracurricular activities such as Tim's flamethrower. When we first arrived, it was whiteout conditions like riding on the inside of a ping pong ball. However, after a couple days of low visibility, skies cleared and we were able to have lots of fun.
With plenty of free time, people got creative with their snow sculpting skills, such as this lit-up igloo with even a slide in it.
Go in.
Oh, this is so cool. And then you slide down.
And then you slide down.
Hell yeah.
It's a little bumpy.
Oh boy. Am I gonna spill my wine?
Be careful with it. Pretty gorgeous.
Pretty insane.
Holy smokes is right.
One afternoon while we were skiing on Odyssey, Lauren even experienced, albeit small, her first avalanche. Here she skis down after recovering. A great trend developed during our stay at Tailgate where we would snowboard hard all day, enjoy delicious food in the afternoon, and then move on to a frosty beverage watching snowmobilers race up the hill, and then the party would really start.
Dude. I don't think his skis ever touch the ground.
Despite the amazing scenery, the spectacular snowboarding, and good times with lots of new friends, eventually, if we wanted to see more of Alaska, we had to move on.
Who likes sardines?
I'm just still know me. You're about to know me really.
Well, we don't need to worry about seatbelts because we're not going home. All right, everybody exhale.
After some much-needed rest days in Anchorage, we headed down to the Turnagain Arm to check off a bucket list item, surfing the boar tide.
For those of you that don't know, a boar tide is formed when the strong currents of the Turnagain Arm push against an incoming tide. If the difference is roughly 30 feet, a surfable wave is formed that is similar to surfing a tsunami.
Super class.
We were lucky enough to surf the board tide multiple days. However, with both of us in the water, we don't have any footage of either of us surfing the wave. Chris did mount the GoPro on his surfboard for this one day, trying to capture the reflection of the mountains in the water. Surfing the board tide was a unique experience that we both enjoyed immensely. We were even fortunate enough to see beluga whales one day in the water after we got out. However, we couldn't take a break from snowboarding and skiing for too long. So we explored another popular backcountry ski destination, Hatcher Pass.
Thanks to our new buddy Chase for the drone footage.
Hey, pretty good, you guys?
Going to the Pika.
Yeah!
Skiing and climbing.
Skiing.
Another great experience Chris and I had while in Alaska was spending time on the Pika Glacier in Denali National Park. My friend Jordan, along with his partner Hannah, who was also going to be in town, talked about doing a ski trip while we were all out there. Weather was going to be the final deciding factor on what we did for a ski trip. We got super lucky, had a string of sunny days, so we headed off to Denali National Park.
Like actual help because I don't know how.
Little help with navigating, maybe push some buttons, pull some levers.
You know where the Pika is?
Yeah, right. All good? Yeah.
Yeah. Once we arrived, we got to work setting up camp, which included packing out tent platforms, building a kitchen, and a bathroom.
We might need to push that back a little bit.
Yeah, give us some room.
Weird. I was like, who is that?
Some Chef Boyardee Jordan down there.
Boyardee Jordan.
This became our cozy home for the next 5 days. Great kitchen setup and gorgeous views right outside our tent door.
As soon as we got camp set up, we were eager to get out on the glacier and start skiing and snowboarding. Yeah. Holy. That's the gnarliest thing I think she skied.
Yeah, just as far as like pure magnitude.
Yeah.
Dropping the shrun.
Yeah. Nice work.
Oh, thanks.
2,000 feet straight down.
Final flick.
Once the sun went behind the mountains, we defined activities that would help warm our soul.
Oh, it's so hard.
All right, new game. Lauren is now one of these guys. We have to guess who.
I need to look at my face again. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to. Let's see.
You got it. You got it. That little saddle there on the skiers, the climber's left side of this cirque. And it's in the far right side, there's like a little snake by the corner so you can drop down on the other side. And then you can see the skin track going up the next pocket glacier into the next saddle in the same.
Nice. So kind of just link those two.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Have a fun run. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
This guy was super excited when Hannah spotted her artworart on his hat. He even asked her to autograph it.
Thank you so much. That's totally awesome. I love it. That's really sweet. Tell me your name again.
Hannah.
Hannah Jonathan.
Once leaving the glacier, we were excited to find out that Wasilla Lake had finally unthawed, so we headed over to Chase's for some much-needed aqua therapy before heading south. Here's Lauren's first time ever water skiing. She even managed to get up first time so gracefully.
Oh, we did it! Whoa! Woo!
I don't remember the last time I went water skiing, but I was equally as graceful. Radar the dog definitely approved. And here's Chase showing us what water skiing is supposed to look like.
As spring approached, we packed up to head south and noticed the wildlife really enjoying the lack of snow, except for Waffles, the mountain trip resident moose, who hunted out the only patch of snow in the whole yard.
Only patch of snow. That's great. We saw lots of bears out and about, scrounging for food after a long winter in their dens, but our favorite was the mating display of the sharp-tailed grouse.